Hey guys, Zach here. Today I want to talk a little bit about this cool little cover I picked up from Tango for the Aimpoint micro optics, red dot optics. Now, if you know anything about Aimpoint, you know that the H1 and the T1, I have the H1, the non-night vision version of the optic. Both are the exact same size, and so this cover will work fine for either of them. Now, I noticed this thing on Kickstarter a while back. A guy came up with this little idea for a dust cover, basically dust lens covers here, and also a complete cover for this optic. And I didn't get in on it at the time, but from my understanding is he went ahead and sold the idea off to Tango, and they're now mass marketing these out to us as a consumer, which is cool. It's cool because these come in a few different colors. They come in this foliage green, black, and I believe tan at the moment. So you could pick these up if you do a little Google search for Tango Aimpoint cover or IO cover. Rainer Arms has them. I got this one from King Optic USA. They run about 25 bucks, so not too bad. And if you're familiar with the Aimpoint optics, you know that it comes with this little, I guess they call it like a bikini strap, and you have to stretch it from front to back here. And every time, I always lose it. I end up losing it. I end up finding it a few days later. But it's kind of a pain in the ass for a dust cover. These optics don't really need a cover, as far as getting banged around. I bang them into all sorts of stuff, and they're extremely durable. So the cover really isn't necessarily to protect it from getting beat up, but it does help a lot for keeping dust and other crap out of the lenses. Plus, the design of this thing really cool. It covers the whole optic, and they come in these different colors. It kind of, for those of you who are gun fashion experts, these ARs are Barbie dolls for men. You can get a cover to match your setup, whether it be foliage like I have here, or tan or black. So they're pretty cool. Made out of like not quite as soft as I thought, but basically an extruded rubber. And one of the neat things about it is these caps are now attached. So I'm not getting a good view from this side. There you see the Tango logo. If I flip the gun over, you'll see that the caps are open. When you have them open, they're kind of flopping here, and you would think, that's kind of a pain in the ass having those flop around out there on the side, even though they're not in the way. Well, the guy that came up with these took it one step further, and if you fold the back cap over and the front cap in, they snap together. The front cap nests inside of the back cap, pulling them off to the side and making it a nice, neat little package. Let me flip it around this way for you. You can see what I'm talking about, which is just really cool. It's just one of those ideas you wish you came up with on your own. These run about 25 bucks, so for AR-15 or other gun accessories, that's pretty reasonably priced considering how much money you can end up spending on gun accessories. So wanted to show it off today and tell you guys to go out there and get it. Really awesome. It's a little bit tricky to get it on over the top. You got to slide it on over the top of the optic, and it fits really snugly. It doesn't really wiggle around or anything. But I would recommend taking off these covers, these caps here that are for the for adjusting your zero on your optic. Make it a little bit easier. I left them on and ended up getting it hooked up here a bunch. So if you get one, save yourself the headache and take those guys off ahead of time. You can see here on the top they have a little notch cut out for the dot intensity selector. You can still see the number, so you can see the 10 through that little cutout. Click this guy back down to 0. But anyway, really cool, really cool. I just wanted to go ahead and show it off, and it's a fairly new product, so I don't know if there's a lot of videos out there for it yet, but I'd say it's well worth the money, especially if, like me, out here in the desert, I get a lot of dust in my lenses, and I'm always like wiping it out of there with my finger and leaving a bunch of finger smudges. Really nicely made little product, really cool little add-on you can get for pretty cheap. One thing I'll mention, a couple things more I'll mention is the color, the foliage color, I'm not sure about the tan or the black. I'm sure the black matches perfectly, but the foliage is just a tiny bit lighter than the Magpul foliage you can see here. There's a grip. There's a angled foregrip. It's a little bit lighter, and that might just be because I haven't taken it out and gotten it dirtied up a little bit. This foliage color gets, it picks up a little bit of dirt as you start using it, and it kind of darkens out a little bit. So the foliage is just a little bit, just a hair lighter than Magpul foliage. Let me see, I have a mag here. Here's a comparison for you. Here's a Magpul foliage mag. This one's been used quite a bit. You can see that it's just a little bit lighter. The camera's going to show it even lighter than it looks in person, but I'm sure that will darken up just a little bit. I'm not sure about the tan. Like I say, I'm sure the tan is close. It's pretty close probably to Magpul, Flat Dark Earth, or any of the other comparable tans that are out there. The last question I want to answer, and I had this thought to begin with before I was really holding these together, is will it fit on some of the other micro red dot sights? Well, here's a Bushnell TRS 25, and it actually won't work. The windage and elevation adjustments are still in the same spot, so that's not an issue, but the actual dot intensity selector here's in a completely different spot. It's up here on an angle on the top. So unfortunately, it's pretty much, as far as I know, only going to work on your Aimpoint micro red dot sights. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.